All right, today we're diving into some technology that honestly feels like it's been pulled right out of a science fiction movie. But this is all based on very real, next-gen engineering. We're going way beyond this simple idea of a drone. We're entering the world of the autonomous hunter, a machine that doesn't just take orders, it actually makes its own decisions. I mean, really think about that for a second. Most of the unmanned vehicles we have today are just sophisticated remote-controlled tools. They need a person, that human in the loop, making all the critical calls. But in a conflict that's moving at machine speed, that human delay, well, it can be a fatal weakness. So what's the next step? What happens when you can take the human out of that loop completely?
Well, this is what happens. Meet the Mantarraya Negra, which means Black Manta Ray. And that name, that design, it is no accident. This is a huge conceptual leap forward. It's a machine built not just to be flown, but to think.
To really get what makes the Mantarraya Negra so different, we have to talk about a pretty fundamental shift in the technology itself. We're moving on from what we all know as UAVs to something completely new, RUAVs. So look at it this way. On the left, you've got your standard UAV. It's a tool, right? It extends a pilot's vision in their reach. But over on the right, you have the RUAV, a robot unmanned aerial vehicle. And that one word, robot, changes the entire game. This is an autonomous robotic agent. It's designed to see what's happening, to learn, and to make its own choices, all at machine speed, without waiting for a person to give the okay. It's more of a teammate than a tool.
This quote from the source material really just nails it. The point isn't just about yanking the pilot out of the cockpit. It's about putting an intelligent agent inside the machine itself. This new way of thinking about autonomy is absolutely the key to everything.
So let's see how this whole concept comes to life. The Mantarraya Negra is pretty much the ultimate expression of this RUAV idea. It's designed to be an apex predator for a whole new era of operations.
And this isn't just some cool drawing. These are the blueprints. This is a machine that was conceived with some serious engineering behind it. It's designed for top-tier performance, for stealth, and for a massive operational envelope. That means it could work for days, thousands of miles from its base, totally on its own. And I mean, just look at the scale of this thing.
Just to put that into perspective for you, a 71.5-foot wingspan, that is wider than a Gulfstream G280 business jet. So yeah, we're not talking about some little tactical drone here. This is a huge, strategic machine. So what is it that makes this machine so revolutionary? Let's pop the hood and deconstruct the anatomy of this hunter and really look at the key systems that put it in a class of its own. This infographic gives us a fantastic overview of all the engineering at play. You've got everything from its stealthy geometry to its modular payload bays. It's a lot to take in, I know, so let's just zoom in on a few of the most groundbreaking features, the stuff that really makes this a next-generation hunter.
First up, let's talk about its heart. Unlike most aircraft, which have engines hanging under the wings, the Mantarraya Negra's engine is integrated right through the main body. And that one design choice has massive payoffs. It makes it more balanced aerodynamically, it cuts down on drag, and, this is a big one, it drastically reduces its radar signature. It makes it incredibly tough to spot.
Now, let's talk about its skin. In its normal state, it's this sleek, matte black carbon fiber body, perfect for soaking up radar and staying hidden, especially at night. But its skin is hiding a secret. It can change its color. The surface is made of adaptive materials that can autonomously alter their color to perfectly match the weather and the climate around it. This is active, intelligent camouflage. It lets it blend into a bright blue sky or a gray, cloudy day, making it a ghost to the naked eye, too.
So, how does a machine this big stay up for days or maybe even weeks at a time? That's where its brilliant tri-energy system comes in. It runs on high-density hydrogen for its main power and for long-range flight. Then it has solar panels all over its surface to constantly sip power during the day. And finally, it even recaptures kinetic energy when it moves, kind of like a hybrid car. This combination basically smashes through the normal endurance limits of jet fuel, letting it stay on mission almost indefinite. Of course, all this incredible hardware doesn't mean a thing without a brain to run it. The fully autonomous AI core is what truly turns this into an RUAV. And we're not just talking about a fancy autopilot. This is a decision-making system. It fuses all the sensor data, it evaluates threats, and it takes action, all on its own. That is the fundamental difference between a remote-controlled tool and a true robotic agent. But maybe the most shocking feature isn't just how it operates, but where it can operate. You see, the Mantarraya Negra wasn't just built for the sky.
That's right. This is a dual-domain platform. It is engineered to fly through the air and then seamlessly transition to operating underwater without any changes or reconfiguration. Just imagine the possibilities. It could track a target from the air, then dip below the surface to follow it silently beneath the waves. That capability completely rewrites the rulebook for mission planning.
And this shot just shows its true nature. A predator built for two worlds. It can hunt from the clouds and from the depths. And make no mistake, it's not just for spying. It's designed to carry advanced systems, like directed energy lasers, which makes it a really formidable asset, whether it's flying high or deep in the ocean.
So let's pull back from the incredible tech for a second. What does the arrival of machines like the Mantarraya Negra actually mean for our future? The main takeaway is really this. We are moving away from unmanned systems as just tools to autonomous agents as strategic actors. What that means is they won't just be following a pre-planned route. They'll be able to interpret complex situations, adapt their own strategies, and shape the outcome of a mission all by themselves. They're not just pieces on the chessboard anymore. They are becoming the players.
And all of this technology leaves us with a really profound and difficult question. As these systems go from being tools to teammates, from being controlled to being truly autonomous, the lines of who's responsible start to get really blurry. When a machine makes its own life or death decisions on a battlefield, who or what is ultimately responsible for that? That's the question we're all going to have to answer as this future becomes our reality.